Tell us what you love about the Waikato, what your favourite part of the region is and why.
I think the thing that's really quite neat about the Waikato is that there are so many different landscapes. You know, you drive through the Waikato on one day and you go through so many different landforms like geothermal areas, rainforest and coastline. I mean, my favourite place is definitely here in Taupo. I grew up here back in the 70s when my dad actually came here to set up a scientific laboratory in freshwater ecology for the DSIR. And so I grew up here and only left to go to Auckland when I went off to university. So I mean, the thing about this place is it's got the most incredible outdoor activities. You can go across skiing over at the Tongariro National Park, you can go walking through the Alpine Crossing, you can go swimming, you can go sailing. And I think the thing about it is that it's got a bit of everything. It's got arts and culture. It's also got tourists who flood the place every time summer comes around, but it's also got a really vibrant community, and I think that's what I like about it, that the people here actually are really focused on knowing each other really well and making a difference, and it feels like home.
What do you see as being the big issues for the Waikato region over the next 10 years?
There are a lot of issues, including things like regional development, all sorts of things to do with transport, like moving freight effectively through a region and making sure that our roads are safe for people to travel on. But seeing I live next to an iconic lake, it's hardly surprising that one of the biggest issues is to do with water quality. And I guess one of the things that we found in the Waikato just in recent years is that the quality of our rivers, the Waikato River and the Waipa River, are deteriorating. So that's one of the things that we have already been trying to address with Lake Taupo through reducing nitrogen loads in the lake, and we're now also looking at the Healthy Rivers project. The other big issue for me is managing pests in a way that's really humane, but that also minimises any kind of harm that we might do to the wider environment. So that just means that I'm really interested in choosing methods that are really targeted.
Describe how you think the council can resolve these issues.
We are already working on plan change, which the Healthy Rivers Waiora project is working collaboratively with a number of groups to come up with targets and limits which basically will enable us to make a plan change that improves the quality of the water in the Waipa and Waikato rivers. I think the fact that we're collaborating with other people makes a big difference, because the minute you get other people engaged in what the problem is, you also manage to make sure that the solutions get taken up by every sector of the community. In terms of pest management, I think it's really important that we get the communities involved. There are a lot of people locally who are automatically sort of running trap lines in places like Puriora Forest, and that's on voluntary projects to do with protecting blue duck. We've also got people in places like the Pukawa Wildlife Trust who are running trap lines, and I think the thing is that because they're so focused and motivated, it makes a difference, and that any kinds of rules that we enact are definitely going to get carried out simply because they're so committed.